What is good, YouTube? Welcome to Tampa, Florida. And you know how I know I'm in Tampa, Florida? Because I can't stop sweating. And I smell Cuban cigars everywhere I go. And the flowers and the Spanish moss and the palm trees. That's how I know I'm in Tampa, Florida. So, welcome. I'm here today, and we are at a special location here. This is up here in Lutz, Florida. This is where I came here many years ago when I was 20 years old. Me and two of my best friends, we jumped in my car living in Idaho, and we drove running from the snow, right? And my friend's mom lived here in Tampa and said that we could stay with her. So we drove across the country, came down here to Florida, and pulled up. And right behind this church here is a trailer park that ended up being his mom's home. And we ended up crashing at this trailer park for the summer. This is real talk, okay? This isn't something a lot of people know about me. We ended up getting jobs at a water park and various odds and ends, and mainly spent most of our time on the beach, just living it up, having so much fun here. It's 2,500 miles away from home. This was my first time being away from home, and it was like a whole nother world. It was a culture shock for me, and I grew so much, but I was still pretty immature. There came a point, I remember it very vividly. It was a Sunday morning back here in this trailer where we'd been playing hard for months, and all of a sudden we needed some milk, right? We needed some milk, and I opened the wallet up and I didn't have any money left. That moment was an eye-opening, never felt so alone moment in my life. No family here, help from family and siblings and parents wasn't much of an option either. So I was on my own, and I couldn't even buy a gallon of milk. And it hit hard, it hit deep, and I started crying. I actually walked back here to this church, to this very spot. There used to be a bench right here. And I sat here and I bawled, feeling so alone because I couldn't buy a gallon of milk. And it was that moment I felt very uncomfortable. It was a moment that I knew that I needed to grow up. I needed to learn how to provide for myself, and I never knew how to do that. It wasn't really something that I knew how to do. So ended up getting a couple jobs, doing some landscaping, some manual labor out here, and ended up living out here for another 4 years. And I learned how to provide for myself. I learned how to pay bills. I learned how to get my own apartment, my own car, and these are all very valuable skills that allowed me, when I left, to be able to go back home and eventually raise my kids, provide for my kids and my family. And so it was a very transitional place. This is a place that I grew up from a boy into a man. I have a lot of gratitude for Florida. This has been my second home, and I met a lot of really amazing people here. And so just to be back here this week has been deeply gratifying, and just to come back to this spot and to know that through discomfort, through change, growth can happen, and it can be beautiful. We can't get stuck in our shells, stuck in our ruts. We grow, and it's okay to cast off that shell, because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable being in that shell. So don't think of discomfort. Don't think of change as bad. A lot of beautiful things can happen, and I got much gratitude for this experience here because it has made me who I am today. And so I brought a little something here to remind myself about that day, and to be grateful for that day.